Welcome to my review of the Rosetta Astronaut Projector. Inside this video, we are going to test out all the features and I'll let you know what I like about this projector and ultimately why I would recommend buying it. Inside the box, of course, we're going to have the Astronaut Projector. We're also going to have a remote control and a power cord. You will need a power brick in order to run this Astronaut Projector, and you're also going to need two AAA batteries for the remote. Just like the majority of astronaut projectors out there, the head will come off of this projector and it does have magnets that keep it in place. On the back of the astronaut, we're going to have 6 buttons and we're also going to have the ability to change all of the settings in the remote. You can use either one to control the astronaut. In this video, we're going to be mainly using the remote. Before we get to testing out this projector, I must say that I was sent this to review inside this video, but you're only going to get my honest thoughts and opinions. And with that being said, let's test this out. We'll go ahead and test some of the features with the lights on, and then I'll turn them off so you can see how vibrant the colors are when the room is completely dark. Using the remote, we have the power button that turns everything on, and there's going to be really 3 main features to this projector. Feature number 1 is going to be this little moon nightlight. It will light up and you can change the different colors of it. So right now it's set to white, and if I use the next button over here by the moon, I can change it to different colors. So this one's going to be pink, that's going to be blue, that's going to be green, we have a darker blue, we have a lighter pink, a purple, and a yellow, as well as a changing color mode. Next, we have the green lasers that you can change using this button here, or on the astronaut, there's going to be a laser button that you can turn off all the lasers. You can have them on a fade in and out, or you could just have them as solid green lasers the entire time. Lastly, we have the nebula, and you have a mix of colors here. This is the default setting. You can use these 4 buttons around the remote to change the colors. So for example, I can click on a white nebula, then we have a green nebula, a red nebula, and lastly, a blue nebula. And while using this button here on the remote, you can change the brightness of the nebula. I'm just going to leave it on full brightness for the entire time of this video. Then we can also change the speed of the nebula using these 2 buttons. So I can decrease the speed to where it's basically still, or I could increase the speed, and you'll notice that it starts moving faster and faster. That's going to be the fastest it'll move, and then obviously that's going to be the slowest that it will move, which is just stationary. Then using this button in the middle, we can mix the different colors for the nebula to create those multicolor looks. Then we have a mode button, which you can click on that and it will change to random modes for the nebula. Lastly, we have a 1 hour and a 2 hour time limit. On the back of the astronaut, you're going to have mostly the same buttons and controls as the remote. We have the power on and off button. Then we have this button here, which switches the mode of the lasers. Next, we have this button here, which is going to change the colors of the nebula. And if we go over here, this is the speed button for the nebula, so you notice that it's speeding up and then slowing down. Down here is going to be the on and off switch for our little nightlight. And then lastly, this button here is going to change the color of the nightlight. Now that the lights are off, you can see the full effect of the nebula and the stars, as well as the little moon nightlight. The colors are way brighter and more vibrant, and this is really the only way that you should use this astronaut projector. And I'll just go ahead and change some of these modes so you can see how bright these colors really are. The yellows stand out, the purples, the blues, and the greens, all of them really do a great job of standing out and accenting the other colors in the mix mode. I personally don't like to have the stars on. I just love the nebula by itself. I think that that is the coolest mode on this astronaut projector. But you always do have the option to keep those star lasers on. Now, when turning the astronaut towards the ceiling, you'll notice that the size of the nebula and the stars increases dramatically. So it all depends on how far away you are from a wall or a ceiling. In my opinion, this looks fantastic. There is some light coming through the windows at this time, but you can still clearly see the nebula and all of the stars. And when I change the colors of the nebula, you can really tell the difference between each one of those modes. Probably one of my favorite features has to be that little moon nightlight. I don't feel like that's included with a lot of the astronaut projectors out there. And I also felt like the nebula was really bright and it had more than enough colors and options to choose from. And on top of that, you also get the green laser stars. As far as the controls go, everything was easy to operate, and I love that everything is included on the remote, but you can also do basically the same thing on the back of the astronaut. In conclusion, I think that this is a feature-rich galaxy star projector, and for that reason, I do believe that this is worth buying. Thank you so much for watching this video review, and I hope that it helps. My name is David, and if you're into more content like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm constantly releasing reviews, comparisons, and top 5 best videos in the home and outdoor categories, so if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure to stick around for when I release my next video.